Hey yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Dolo and I'm back with another banger. But in today's video, we're gonna be talking about accountability. I feel like this is something that go over a lot of people's head. It's a lot of ways to interpret, but I'm gonna go to the basis and fundamental core of accountability because you see a lot of people in their life, they're like, oh, but I was born here, but my dad did this to me, but I didn't have the same opportunity as this dude. He grew up in this neighborhood. And I'm coming here to tell y'all today that none of that shit matter. And I tell y'all none of that shit matter because everybody has some shit that they could say, this is the reason why I'm not where I want to go. Or this is the reason why I'm not that essence that I wish I could be. Or I know it's possible for me to be. And so what does that mean? That means that we are just some picking and choosing motherfuckers that pick and choose what we want to see as bad or what we want to see as good. So if we know we have the ability to pick and choose what we see as bad and what we see as good, are we doing ourselves a disfavor by constantly re-looking and re-embedding the past things that happened to us and we don't like? Or are we doing ourselves a favor by doing that? No, we're doing ourselves a disfavor. So my approach to this, and I'll tell y'all this to give y'all some awareness on what parts of your life have you been doing this to, because my approach is to actually transmute this. Everything in our life happens, right? But does it happen to us or does it happen for us? And that's when it comes down to say, yeah, this happened for me. I'm actually doing a lot better now. But how much do you really mean that? Because somebody would say, oh yeah, this happened for me, and then go around saying, man, I wish things played different. No, I don't wish nothing played different in my life. And I don't think you should either, because everything that played out in your life was meant to play out in your life how it did. And you wouldn't be who you are now without it. So we couldn't even imagine who the heck you would be without that shit. So let's look at it like this. Everything that has happened to me, if I could put it in a bad light, what does that mean? I could also put it in a good light. So if I had some strict ass parents that didn't let me do shit, and it might have made me miss out on opportunities, man, what good did it do? And that's when you take the accountability for on a basis level, because a lot of people talk about taking accountability for what they do, but not a lot of people talk about taking accountability from your perspective on things that happen to you. Or I can say, oh yeah, my dad, the reason why I'm not rich at such a young age, I didn't get rich at 16. He was trying to do this. No, fuck that. That is generating from your mind. Your dad isn't generating this thought. You're the only person that is pulling this thought out your ass and pulling it up to the forefront. So watch those thoughts and know you have the ability to put anything under a good light or a bad light. And my approach is to put everything under a light that serves you and makes you more powerful. Instead of looking at it like, man, my dad stopped me from being rich at 16 years old. Say, man, my dad protected me from riches that I wouldn't know how to handle at such a young age. Or you could say, man, my dad simply just didn't know what he was doing. But I'm glad that he did, because I'm sure there's greater lessons that were somewhere in that journey. So with that being said, you can have accountability on plenty different levels, but I tell y'all to go to the base and stem of accountability, which is your thoughts, which is your reactions, which is what you do on a constant day-to-day basis that nobody knows except the people who watch you do it, because you don't even know why you're doing this shit. You just doing this shit because you do it every day. So once you see that type of accountability, then you know, wow, I shouldn't be doing that. Because I know a lot of bitch ass niggas. If I'm being honest with you, I know plenty of bitch ass niggas. Excuse my language. But they do a lot of flagrant and foul stuff their whole life. They just was never taught how to have some common good man etiquette. They just do anything. And so with them just doing anything, they don't know what they're doing is wrong. But at the end of the day, they don't take accountability to see what has made them who they are, and stop taking the shit that allows them to be like, yeah, I could treat people like that because people treat me like that. But no, say, man, that's not right. That's not how shit should be done. We all have that ability. And I'm just reminding y'all with this video, man, if you haven't been, look at the places in your life where you're like, man, I've been using this and I've been victimizing myself a little bit. I've been kind of letting this become bigger than me. And stand on top of that shit and say, nah, man, you taught me a lesson. You taught me something great. Because I'm a firm believer, out of any story, out of any hardship, out of any downfall in life, the lesson that you get out of it is even greater than the downfall or the hardship or anything of that sort. So I'm just telling y'all what I constantly apply and have seen works for me. And I tell y'all this from a space of love and from a space of peace, because a lot of people need shit like this to be able to know a part of their own essence, of their own existence. People don't think about taking accountability of their own thoughts. People just think, you make me think this way. You made me have this thought. Or, man, I don't know why I'm having these thoughts. My mind is just kind of going crazy. But you have to come down to a conclusion within yourself, bro. Are you going to drive the car? Or are you going to let your thoughts, your brain that is untrained like a motherfucker, drive your ass around all day, taking you to all these different places? No, you need to become the driver. You need to grab the wheel and say, man, we going here. We going to the top. We going to the motherfucking top. Fuck what anybody got to say. Taking control, and we doing it. But it's not for the weak. And I know you're not weak if you're watching this video right now, but it's about if you know you're not weak. So, Dollo coming back. Just trying to inspire y'all and pull y'all up, because I believe in whoever is watching this with 100%, no doubts. Don't know who you are, but I believe. And with that being said, I'm out of here, man. I wish y'all the best. Hope all y'all goals come true, man. And know that they is. But it takes you first. As the apple cannot come from the tree if the tree didn't grow to become a tree. If you want to eat, you got to make sure that you're growing. You got to make sure that you're getting the right amount of nutrients. And before you take some nutrients in your mouth, take them in your brain.